be different?
It will be different, I think, because we've got an older team now for the first time really since 2012. A few more seniors and juniors than we do freshmen, sophomores, not by much, but it does kind of turn the page where we do have, I think, an older team, and with that, you hope comes experience, some maturity, and obviously, a little bit better attitude and skill set. I think that'll be able to play.
You brought some transfers in to, some guys who sat out last year who were around, but, will get to participate this year. How much do they help just, at the very least, give you some veteran depth, and maybe more than that?
They're really going to make an impact for us. And again, what they really bring is, 3 of those guys were able to be with us last year in practice. I chose not to certify them in the spring last year and give some guys on the roster that could actually play in the games and a chance to play in the spring, but all 3 of them went out and played in the summer. So they got their experience, kind of got their baseball feet under them again, and they've done nothing but bring, again, that maturity level that you're looking for, that game experience, and physical, more mature body that's going to be able to come in and make an impact right
away. Start taking the steps necessary to become a winning program again?
Oh yeah, definitely. Over winter break, we definitely held each other accountable. Keeping up our work, especially at home. I know it's hard, not being pushed by a coach, not having scheduled practices, and so I think we really did a good job of that over break. And then before practice started, the first 2 weeks of school, we held 5 or 6 of our own practices. Got in here, we did a bunch of defensive work, some base running work, some PFPs. And I think that has really helped us. Really, we're starting to be able to do this in our sleep. All the little things, just fielding routine ground balls, pickoff plays, just the extra work we put in is really starting to show.
They've done a great job of just getting guys together and having player practices, obviously coming in on their own and doing stuff like that. I think there's been a little bit more stronger emphasis of them knowing and understanding what their role is, and I think that they're putting their hands around it and grasping that, and I think that they're excited, but the work ethic has definitely been there, the attitude's been there, and we're excited about what they're going to be able to bring.
Our coach has given us each a role individually this year, and that's part of my role is being a run producer and putting up runs, not really much about worrying about average or this and that, but that's my role for the team. That's my job for the team this year, is to get runs up on the board any way I can.
Like hand them out or tell them roles this year a little bit more in detail than what you've done in the past?
Yeah, it's something that I had done in years past and probably got away from just a little bit here in recent years, but I thought it was something that we needed to definitely do. I tell them what their role is what they've earned up to this point through my eyes, and it's what they've earned, and it's also their responsibility to the team. And it's something that I don't ever want anyone to be satisfied with the role, but they do have to accept it. And if they accept it, we're asking them that they need to maybe even initially memorize it. That we go over it before practice and things like that. So initially they got to memorize it, but ultimately we want them to practice it, live it, and master it. If everybody's mastering their role, then we're going to be pretty good. And it's going to help, I think, with guys. Their roles will evolve and will change a little bit through the year, and that's something that we'll update with them. But they'll have a better understanding. They'll know what's expected of them, but their teammates will also know what's expected of them. So it's a little bit easier, I think, to hold themselves and each other accountable.
What's like an example of one? Like, would Woody say, like, leader, run producer, stuff like that?
Yeah, he'd start at first base. He knows he's going to be a short inning guy out of the bullpen. He needs to work on getting through the baseball, working on picks. So there's some daily process type role items, and then there's going to be some other things that are going to be a little bit more generic and team, but it's something, again, that they know then what they need to work on to be the best player that they can be for us, and they need to master that role.